In this module, we are going to discuss about nuclear stability. I will let you understand what is nuclear stability. Nuclear stability means that the nucleus of an element is stable. It does not decay spontaneously by emitting any kind of radioactivity. On the other hand, if the nucleus is unstable, it has the tendency of emitting some kind of radiation that makes it radioactive. The radioactivity is associated with unstable nucleus. So we want to know why there is a radioactivity, what makes the nucleus stable. There are no concrete theories to explain the stability of the nucleus, but there are only general observations based on the available stable isotopes. It helps us to make predictions. One of the simplest ways of predicting the nucleus stability is based on whether nucleus contains odd or even number of protons and neutrons. Let us look into odd-even rule of stability. Odd-even rule of stability. See the table on the right. There are 157 nuclides are stable containing even number of protons and even number of neutrons. Even one either number of protons or number of neutron is odd, the number of stable nuclides drops significantly. There are only 53 stable nuclides having even number of protons and odd number of neutrons. 50 stable nuclides having odd number of protons and even number of neutrons. There are only 5 stable nuclides having odd number of protons and odd number of neutrons in the nucleus. Magic number also related to stability of the nucleus. Magic number is defined as the number of nucleons required for the completion of the energy levels of the nucleus. Nuclei with 2 protons or 2 neutrons, 8 protons or 8 neutrons, 20 protons or 20 neutrons, 28 protons or 28 neutrons, 50 protons or 50 neutrons, 82 protons or 82 neutrons, 126 protons or 126 neutrons have been found to be particularly stable. Magic numbers are like electron shell number. Each electron shell requires specific number of electrons for the completion. For example, K shell requires 2 electrons, L shell requires 8 electrons, M shell requires 18 electrons, N shell requires 32 electrons for the completion. Just like that, nucleus containing nuclear shell, and each nuclear shell requires specific number of nucleons for the completion. That is, the protons and neutrons inside the atomic nucleus exhibit shell structure in a manner similar to electrons in an atom. The nuclear shell of naturally stable nuclei fill completely when the number of protons or the number of neutrons is equal to the magic numbers 2, 8, 20, 28, 50, 82 or 126. See the example for single magic nuclei. Oxygen 17, tin 118, lead 207, bismuth 209. Oxygen 17 having atomic number 8, mass number 17. Atomic number is 8. The number of protons in the nucleus is also 8. 8 is a magic number. So, oxygen 17 isotopes as a stable nucleus. Though number of neutron present in the nucleus is 9, the number of protons in the nucleus is 8 and 8 is a magic number, so oxygen 17 is stable. For tin, atomic number is 50. So, number of protons present in the nucleus is also 50. Number of neutron is only 68. Since the number of protons in the nucleus is 50, which is a magic number, tin 118 is a stable one. Tin with 50 protons in its nucleus has 10 stable isotopes, whereas indium atomic number 49 and antimony atomic number 51 have only 2 stable isotopes. Lead 207 having atomic number 82, mass number 207. The number of protons in the nucleus is 82. 82 is a magic number. The number of neutrons in the nucleus is 125, but 125 not a magic number, only number of protons. 82 is a magic number. Even either number of proton or number of neutrons be a magic number, the nucleus becomes stable one. See another example, bismuth 209. Atomic number is 83. Mass number 209. The protons present in the bismuth 209 nucleus is 83. This is not a magic number, but the number of neutrons in the nucleus is 126. It is magic number. So, bismuth 209 is stable when the number of protons or number of neutron is equal to the magic number 2, 8, 20, 28, 50, 82 or 126. The nuclei is considered as a stable one with a large number of isotopes. Nuclei which have neutron number and proton number each equal to one of the magic numbers are called double magic. Those nuclei are especially stable against decay. Example, helium 4, oxygen 16, calcium 40, lead 208. Helium 24, atomic number 2, number of proton is 2. Mass number 4. Mass number minus atomic number gives number of neutrons. Number of neutrons is equal to 4 minus 2. We obtain 2. So, number of neutrons present in the nucleus is 2. Both number of neutrons and number of proton is 2, which is a magic number. Hence, helium 4 is highly stable. Oxygen 16. Atomic number 8, mass number 16. The number of protons present in the oxygen 16 nucleus is 8. Number of neutrons found to be in the nucleus is also 8. 8 is one of the magic number. So, oxygen 16 is stable one. Calcium provides a good example for the exceptional stability of doubly magic nuclei, since it has 2 of them. Calcium 2040. Atomic number is 20. Mass number 20. Since atomic number 20, number of proton is 20. Mass number minus atomic number gives number of neutrons. 40 minus 20 is equal to 20. The number of neutrons in the nucleus is 20. The number of protons in the nucleus is also 20. 20 is a magic number, hence calcium-40 exceptionally stable. It has doubly magic nucleus. There are several isotopes for calcium-40. Lead 208. Lead having atomic number 82 and mass number 208. The number of protons found to be in lead nucleus is 82. Since atomic number is 82, this 82 is a magic number. This makes nucleus is stable one. Mass number is 208. Number of neutrons is equal to mass number minus atomic number. 208 minus 82. We obtain 126. 126 is also a magic number. Both number of protons and number of neutrons are magic number. This is the reason lead is found to be most stable one. The ratio of neutrons to protons is a successful way in predicting nuclear stability. Based on N by P ratio, we can understand the stability of the nucleus. The N by P ratio is close to 1 for atoms of element with low atomic number. N by P ratio is close to 1 in all the lighter stable nuclide up to calcium 2040. That is, number of proton is equal to number of neutrons for the lighter nuclei up to calcium 2040. The N by P ratio steadily increases as the atomic number increases from calcium element to about polonium 84. Every element beyond an atomic number of 84 is unstable. Whenever atomic number is increasing, the number of protons inside the small nucleus is also increasing. When number of proton increases, there will be more repulsion between the protons inside the nucleus because protons having the same positive charge. To avoid repulsion, more neutrons are needed. The strong nuclear force exerts an attractive force among nucleons. The more protons packed together, the more neutrons are needed to bind the nucleus together. Whenever we consider nuclei with a higher atomic number, they too stable only in the case of the number of neutrons is more than the number of protons in their nucleus. The number of neutrons needed to create a stable nucleus increases more than the number of protons. Let us pass on to graphical representation to have a better understanding. This is the graphical representation. This is the axis we represent number of neutrons. In this axis we represent atomic number showing number of protons. This white line indicating number of neutrons is equal to number of protons, and whenever number of neutron is equal to number of protons, N by P value is 1. Let us talk about zone of stability bit later. The nuclide present above this line having N by P value greater than 1. Below this line in this zone nuclei having N by P value less than 1. Let us see what data we get it from this. The stable nuclei lie within this shaded area. We call it as zone of stability. Look at this picture. This is the one shaded area. The nuclei lie within this area having stable nucleus. To this zone is called zone of stability or belt of stability. The nuclides falling outside this zone are unstable. They are radioactive. Nuclei that fall above the stability zone have an excess of nucleus. In this zone, nuclei having more number of neutrons compared to protons, so N by P ratio is greater than 1, while those lying below having more protons. In this zone, N by P ratio is less than 1. Proton number is more. Both the cases, nucleus are unstable. They show radioactivity. The nuclei lie above the zone and below the zone with different N by P ratio value are unstable. So to gain stability, they make some adjustment in the N by P ratio. How can they make adjustment? Let us see now. Let us consider the isotope with very high N by P ratio. Whenever N by P ratio is greater than 1, number of neutron is more. Such nuclei reach the stability zone by beta decay. What is beta particle? It is equal to electron. Nuclei having high N by P ratio, the number of neutrons more than the number of protons. They emit electron. That is, they emit beta rays and they get into the stability zone. How they emit electron? Let us see now. When neutron is converted into electron and proton, number of neutron is decreases and number of proton is increases. So now N by P value is decreases as compared to the original value. Carbon 14 undergoes beta decay and disintegrated to nitrogen 14. For carbon 14, atomic number is 6. Hence number of proton is 6. Mass number 14. Number of neutrons found in the nucleus is 8. Ratio of N by P is 1.33. Now we find N by P ratio for nitrogen 14 nucleus. Nitrogen 14, atomic number is 7. Number of protons 7. Mass number is 14. Number of neutrons 7. So the ratio of N by P is equal to 7. Therefore, by emitting beta particle, carbon 14 nucleus get into the stability zone. Let us see the second case. Isotope having low value of N by P ratio. That is, N by P ratio is less than 1. Low N by P ratio means proton number is more compared to neutron number. Here nucleus contain excess proton. Such nuclei lie below the stability zone in the figure. Hence, those are unstable. Such nuclei now need to increase the N by P ratio by adopting any one of the three ways. First one is by emission of alpha particle. Secondly, by emission of positron. Third one is by K electron capture. Let us see how the nucleus gets stability by emitting alpha particle. We know that alpha particle consisting of 2 protons and 2 neutrons bound together into a particle which is identical to a helium-4 nucleus. In this mode, positive charges coming out from the parent nucleus. Whenever positive charged species coming out, the number of proton decreases. So n by p value will be increases. This is one way of getting the stability. Let us see how the uranium-238 nucleus get into the stability belt. Uranium-238 atomic number is 92. Number of proton present in the nucleus is 92. Mass number is 238. Number of neutrons present in the nucleus is equal to mass number minus atomic number. 238 minus 92 gives 146. So n by p ratio is 1.58. Let us find n by p ratio for thorium-234. For thorium-234, atomic number is 90, number of proton is 90, mass number 234, number of neutrons found in the nucleus is 144, n by p is equal to 1.6. Now the n by p ratio is slightly increases from 1.58 to 1.6. Such a way the uranium-238 nucleus get into the stability belt. The second mode is emission of positron. What is positron? Positron is identical with mass and other characteristics with electron, but it possesses unipositive charge. Here nitrogen-13 is converted into carbon-13 with the emission of positron. Nitrogen-13, the number of proton is 7. Number of neutron is equal to 13 minus 7. We obtain 6. So n by p ratio for nitrogen-13 is 6 by 7. We obtain 0.85. Let us find n by p ratio for carbon-13. Carbon-13 is obtained with the emission of positron. For carbon-13, number of proton is 6, number of neutron is also 6. n by p ratio is equal to 1. So, after emitting positron, the nucleus get into the stability belt. Third way, by K electron capture. Let us have a better understanding about K electron capture. Electron capture occurs when the nucleus of an unstable isotope captures an inner orbital electron. The captured electron usually comes from the 1s or 2s orbitals because these are closest to the nucleus. If electron comes from 1s level, the process is called K electron capture. In nuclear reactions, the electron captured by the particular nuclei, n by p value increases. Let me summarize what we discussed so far. The nucleus present above the zone of stability possess n by p value high. They emit beta decay. Nuclei present below the zone of stability having low n by p ratio, they get into the stability belt by 3 ways. One is alpha decay, second one is positron decay, and third way is K electron capture. This is how we explain the stability of the nucleus in terms of n by p ratio. Alpha emission is generally observed in natural radioactive isotopes, while emission of positron or K electron capture is observed in artificial radioactive isotopes.